It is a great honor for me to be appointed the chairman for this book launch and to welcome you to this event. I accept the appointment with all humility, and together we can steer the affairs of this function to a successful end and have a good launch. May I ask the chairman join you, distinguished guest speakers, invited guests, in congratulating the author on the publication of this compelling account of principles of pensions and trusteeship in Ghana. I'm very confident that this book will ignite the conversation on the policy and practice choices of pensions management in Ghana. It is anticipated that the book will reorder our priorities as a country and as stakeholders in the way we view pensions, contributions, investments, and retirements. The author, who until recently, as we've been told, was the Chief Executive Officer of the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, has built his knowledge in pensions over the past years, and as a result has been able to present some of his understanding and views here with dexterity. He is a lawyer and an educationist. As a lawyer, he's been able to espouse the legal principles of equity and trust that underlie the practice of pension schemes in Ghana and elsewhere. He has explained critically the legal implications of duty of care for practitioners, that is boards, management, trustees, and their staffs. As an educationist, he has been able to explain in detail, in the simplest of language, how these principles operate to the understanding of practitioners, non-practitioners, and stakeholders. I have accepted to chair the launch of this book because I see it as a pioneering and groundbreaking subject to write on. Even though retirement is inevitable after strenuous working life, it is a subject that workers, especially the young ones, avoid the conversation about. As a result, many people go into retirement unprepared and with very little knowledge about how their contributions are being managed. It is also a period of no second chances. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, nothing can be more distressing than poverty in old age. And as the author clarifies in this book, pension schemes are, and I quote, a social protection mechanism to provide retirement income security, end of quote. But in Ghana, for a long time, pension schemes have been associated with two key perceptions or realities which require urgent attention. One, that payments to contributors delay or are tainted by corruption. And two, that pension benefits for most contributors are so paltry that they are not even worth collecting. The book in its beginning talks about retirement planning and expectations, which to me makes it a must-read and must-own. The book is a veritable source of education for all stakeholders, including workers and management of corporate institutions. Above all, ladies and gentlemen, because of the low or poor understanding and knowledge of pension schemes among the general public of working people, this book should serve as an important resource for general public education on the subject. The subject of this book makes it compelling to read. And for this reading, I accept to be the chairman for this launch, and I appeal to participants to patronize its purchase when the opportunity comes. And I'll add that this must be something that should be in the shelf of every CEO's office and in every T-union, every labor organization's library, and also in all institutions of management studies. So this book is not only for old people, it's a book that all must have and read. especially among the young.
Good evening and warm welcome to this book launch. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation to be part of this important gathering this evening. As we all know from the invitations, we are here to launch the publication titled Principles of Pensions and Trusteeship in Ghana. I consider this book a pioneering act of putting together the principles and practice of pensions management in Ghana. Even though there are quite many literature on pensions, on trusteeship, I'm yet to see a publication that critically looks at the two subjects together within the context of the three-tier pension structure as you have in Ghana today. I would like to congratulate the author, Mr. Hayford Attack-Kufi, who had just completed his tour of duty as the CEO of the National Pensions Regulatory Authority. And let me say that Mr. Kufi has been a long-serving CEO of the National Pensions Regulatory Authority. Between my time as a CEO and his time, there were 6 CEOs, each with an average serving time of 1.5 years. He has done 7 years, so once again, congratulations. This publication, which is a financial textbook, is a parting gift for the pensions industry and the financial sector at large. The book's appeal cuts across the spectrum of interest from workers, unions, employers, policymakers, professionals, and stakeholders involved in the crucial aspect of pensions management. It is also for academicians and students who want to study pensions as a career path. Ladies and gentlemen, the book opens with a strong admonition on the need for retirement planning and the relevance of pensions in our daily social life. And Mr. Chairman, I fully agree with the author. In this world, once you have gone, there is an eternal certainty that you face. You will die and retire to eternity, or you retire when you get to pension age. So retirement will come whether you plan for it or you don't.
Thank you very much. He gave a very good review of the book, and he's really whetted our appetite. I have read it because of the assignment I was given. I think this very technical subject has been reduced in very simple language that non-professionals, all of us can read and understand. So once again, Mr. Attack-Kufi, we thank you very much. So with all of your indulgence, I would like to declare the principles of pension and trusteeship in Ghana duly launched.
All about pension planning. A lot of people work throughout their lives and they do not really consciously plan towards their retirement. As we all know, it is inevitable that one day we're all going to retire, and therefore the book is a prompt to workers, to all stakeholders, that pension planning is very, very important. And it also talks about pensions generally, the perception of it, and the principles upon which pensions are based. They are based on the principle of trust, because you're going to leave your money with people for about 45 years. If you don't have trust in their ability and in their professionalism, you cannot do that. And therefore, the practitioners also need to make sure that the kind of trust that people have for them, they should also be transparent and follow the duty of care. And these are some of the things that the book talks about. And finally, we talk about the sanctions or the responsibilities. If you don't do the right thing for the contributor, for the pensioner, what does the law say? What are some of the sanctions that are available? And indeed, I've also expressed some thoughts about the future of pensions that the country should have, so that we can have a much more improved pension system. These are some of the things that are captured in the book. The principles are right. Indeed, the three-tier pension system that we have in our country is one of the best, because it takes care of the basic social security, and it also takes care of occupational pension plus a top-up. So indeed, the concept is big, it's good, but it is the understanding of it and also sometimes the adequacy of it. These are things that we all have to have conversations about, and the book tries to open up on all these issues. So yes, the pension system is good, but as to how we apply it and how it's able to look after us, to give us retirement income security, are the things that we all need to continue to talk about. It's 136 pages. It took me 2 months. Yeah, it was a part of my retirement package for the industry. So I started writing in November and in December. So it went to the press, the publishers in January, and now we have it here.